Hello, my name is Namira Salsabila. I am English literature student from University of Pinasarana Informatica, and I want to do listening task 7. Part 1, Climates. Paul, so we were talking about climates. Amy, are there any sort of climates that you like to live in? Amy, I would like to live in Iceland or Scandinavia. Paul, interesting. Why would you like to live in that sort of climate? Amy, the snow is just so beautiful, and my image of those countries is that their infrastructure is sufficient enough to keep you warm when you're inside, but I'd say it's just so beautiful. The snow is amazing. It's quietens everything. I think it's glorious. I just really like it. I used to ski when I was young, so I like skiing, and I like the hills, and the snow on hills is just beautiful for me. How about you? Oh, well, I love snow too, but I don't like it when it gets so slushy and sloopy, and your feet are freezing. I think like the idea of snow is really appealing. I'm not sure about, living living in it. I don't know, maybe the climate's like southern Italy, kind of Mediterranean climate. I think that would be really quite pleasant. Not too hot, but by the sea, although in the summer it does get hot, but I don't think it's the humidity. I mean, right, I was just thinking about that. What kind of heat is it? Is it a dry heat? Paul, I think it's dry heat. Yeah, whereas the heat we obviously we get here in unbearable at times, right? I mean, yeah, it's really bad. Yeah. I mean, what's the high temperature? What's the range of the temperature in southern Italy? What kind of climate do you know? Paul, not sure. I guess maybe at this time of year it starts getting up towards 20 degrees. I mean, that's nice. Paul, and then I think it does, place like Sicily. I think does get pretty hot, probably like high 30s. So, and I think the winter's quite mild, unless you are from the north of Italy, of course, near the mountains. Paul, down in the south it remains kind of pretty mild, if it's in the mid, it's my images of that. I've never been to Italy, so I don't know. I've been to the south of France, and it got really hot. That was a nice temperature. It was dry, and the night time wasn't too hot either. It was really nice during the day. That was a nice climate, I think. Part 2, school bus crashes. Number 1, why did the elementary school bus pull into a gas station? Because the driver had to use the bathroom. 2, what is the reason of the driver bus to leave the student on the bus because it was cold outside and he didn't want the kids get chilly while he using the bathroom. 3. Who saved the students and how he did it? At 10 years old, Jake had to compose or to run forward to the driver's seat and grab steering wheel. He pressed hard on the brake pedal and managed to stop the bus as it approached a guard rail overlooking crack bed. 4. Why did the student begin yelling and screaming on the bus? Because the bus slowly started rolling away from the gas station. School bus crashes. An elementary school bus driver pulled into a gas station in Ohio because the driver had to use the bathroom instead turning off the engine and taking the key with him. The driver left to the bus running. It was cold outside and he didn't want the kids to get chilly while he was using the bathroom. He told the police officer there were 20 kids on the bus. The driver forgot to set the emergency brake because he was in a hurry, he said. The bus slowly started rolling away from the gas station. As the bus picked up speed, the kids began yelling and screaming. A 10-year-old kid, his name Jack, had the composer to run and managed to stop the bus. As it approached a guardrail overlooking a creek bed, Jack turned off the ignition after the cops arrived at the scene. They congratulated Jack on his heroic effort. The police congratulated Jack and told him that he would be a great police officer when he grew up. Jack wasn't impressed with what he did. Stopping the bus was easily compared to playing his favorite action video games. The bus driver walking along the highway when arrested by the police was initially charged with leaving a child unattended while motor vehicle is running. While that's only a minor driving violation, the county district attorney said he hoped to upgrade the charge a felony because the number of children involved. The DA didn't want to see the driver bus on his country again. Part 3. The Fox and the Crow. The fox was asked what he liked to eat the best, but he knew that he liked to eat hands best and stone ones at that. He didn't mind admitting that he wouldn't ever say no to a nice fat chicken wing once in a while, but not many people know that the fox appreciates even more than chicken. It's a nice piece of cheese once in a while. It was kindly given to him by a beautiful black feathered bird whose voice is even more wonderful than her look. He talked about Miss Crow in the tree. It was fine bright morning and she was following his sharp nose through the woods and in search of bite to eat when he caught a cheesy smell on the breeze. He looked up into the tree and there on the branch he saw Miss Crow looking terribly pleased. with herself, for in her beak she held a large piece of cheese. He called up to his neighbor and said good morning to Miss Crow, and tell her that she looking very lovely. Miss Crow cooked her hat on one side and looked at him with her beady little eye, but she kept her beak firmly closed on cheese. He could see Miss Crow was paying close attention to his word, even though she was pretending even so hard not to hear. So he gazed up. He gazed in the tree with admiration and love in his eyes, and said that his heart is smitten by this wonderful bird. If only he could hear voice, he's sure that such a charming creature must sing most sweetly. Now he could see his word had the heat swelling with pride. Miss Crow puffed up her feathers and began to sing the most lovely music he ever had heard. Cow! Well, alright, he knew that Miss Crow's voice isn't exactly star quietly, but to him that cow was just the sound that he had been waiting for, because as soon as she opened her beak, the cheese fell to the ground and he snapped up his breakfast. Thank you.